The 39mm Christopher Ward Sealander GMT was the first Christopher Ward I ever handled in person and first I ever featured on the channel. I loved the watch and the size was perfect for the fat version of myself. Now, however, with my skinny version of myself, I doubt it would sit as nicely as it did. Luckily, Christopher Ward just launched this, the 36mm version, and again it fits me like a glove. Most people will assume the 36 is too small and go for the 39. If you do, it will not be a mistake, but I don't think you should write off the 36 that fast, even if you have a larger wrist than 6.5 inches. The pros of the 36 are not as obvious until you have one in your hands. It is not only thinner than the 39, but it is also differently proportioned. It comes with slightly longer lugs in relation to the case size, giving it a larger wrist presence than the specs would suggest. While the 39 had a more rounded look, this one has a more elongated one, similar to how older 36mm Rolex Explorer and Datejust wear. It really looks awesome and also makes the wrist look more masculine. It's a theory of mine that wearing a larger watch that covers your whole wrist makes the wrist itself look dainty and somewhat feminine, while wearing a watch some would deem too small makes your wrist look bigger and thus more masculine. That's why my Explorer 36 is one of my favorite watches to wear when I'm in my super skinny phase, and the same can be said for this. As for the rest, it is pretty much the same as the 39mm. The lightcatcher case is stunning as usual and one of only few truly original designs we have seen in a while. The brushed steel bezel just calls for an adventure, as I always think these steel bezels look better the more you bang them around. The almost porcelain-looking brilliant white dial is incredibly legible, despite them not using blacked-out markers and hands like Rolex does, as the polished and brushed markers and hands appear black most of the time anyways, while again looking incredibly complex under different angles, something Rolex doesn't have with its black ones. The bracelet is amazing, with solid links, and an excellent clasp that has on-the-fly adjustment, so pretty much everything you might want from a modern-day bracelet. The movement used is a Sellita SW330 that comes with what I like to call office GMT function, meaning the GMT hand is the one you can move independently, helping you track a time zone of your international business partner, for example, as opposed to a traveler's GMT like the one used on my Rolex Explorer 2, where the hour hand is the one you can move independently, which makes it easy to change time zones as you travel. While travel GMTs are considered more premium, finding a mechanical one at this price point is pretty difficult, so this one is more than adequate. I was always a fan of the Sealander line, as their looks, size, and specs truly make them a go-anywhere do-anything type of a watch. And even though this one is clearly inspired by the Rolex Explorer 2, it comes with so many details that are original to Christopher Ward that I would gladly wear one without feeling like I'm wearing an homage. As always, when a brand offers a model they make in more than one size, I praise them for it, as I look at watches like shoes. One size might work great for one person, but be completely ridiculous on another. So having more than one size means everyone can enjoy that model. I only wish Rolex offered their current Explorer 2 in a smaller size as well. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next video, bye.